sort of set the stage for you. We last left off in St. Augustine, Florida, and we were at a campground there called Bryn Mawr Ocean Resort. We ended up leaving there a day early so that we could make the long 6 or 7 hour, might have been 8-hour trip on down to the Keys. I had been watching John Pennekamp State Park for maybe a couple weeks before we left to see if we could get a reservation there, and they never had any openings. So I ended up calling, and sure enough, they gave us a spot. So that was great. So
just for one night. We were just
right, we just needed it for one night. Yeah. So, and I think John Pennekamp was 6 hours from St. Augustine, and we left a day early so that we could boondock the first night halfway, and then get to John Pennekamp at a decent hour in the morning, and then have a whole day and then part of the next day before we went on down south further to the Keys. So that leads to the first point is we did our first night boondocking. Where did we stay?
West Palm Beach, Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Dock turned out great. Yeah. It was wonderful. Now that was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Now I think we've done it 4 more times since then. So
yeah.
Matter of fact, Annabelle, who's inside, she was telling a little kid at the pool, we used to live at Cracker Barrel, but now we live at the campground. So we like it.
And it helps to be able to have breakfast.
Yeah.
Right there the next morning.
That's right. So we left Cracker Barrel and headed to Florida City, Florida. It's the most southern town with a Walmart in it. So we headed to that Walmart, and we got 3, 4, 5 days worth of food, and then headed on down to the Key. There's about 5 miles to the 2-lane road that goes all the way down to the Keys. I forget what the name of the road is. Then about 2 more hours down that 2-lane road, and we were at Sunshine Key Resort. John Pennekamp, not Sunshine. One thing I did want to note too about the Keys in general is the gas prices. We were pretty amazed to see that the gas prices were only less than 10 cents more than they had been on the whole other part of the trip. So we were real excited to get to John Pennekamp. Pulled into the campground. Our spot was not available, but they gave us a parking spot that we could use for the morning. We jumped in the camper to get our bathing suits on and go swimming, and the slide would not open. And boy, I was in a panic. It was Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning, Father's Day actually, and didn't have anybody to call. The slide would not open. So we decided to grab a quick sandwich and then leave the camper in the parking lot and ride around while the girls slept. Took their nap, and then hopefully whenever we got back we could get into the campsite and get level and set up and then figure out what was going on. So just got back, got our spot number 4 here at John Pennekamp. Pretty nice site right beside the gate, which is in turn, I don't know, maybe a half-mile walk to the marina and a little bit further maybe to the sand, so we'll probably ride our bikes. But just crawled under the camper and put a socket on the manual override for the slide and turned it about twice, and then Jamie hit the button on the slide out, and sure enough it worked. Fixing to crawl in there and show you what I did. Okay, so that's the electric motor on the slide out. There's a big long tube right there for the slide out, and let's see what you're looking at here. That right there is a 5/8. I put it on a 1/2-inch drive ratchet, turned it 1 or 2 turns, and then Jamie was able to hit the button and take it the rest of the way out. So for future reference, if your slides, and what it was doing is when we hit the button it was clicking just like that. So I'm assuming that when we brought it in last time we must have brought it in too tight or something like that. All I did, like I say, was just push it out just a smidgen, and you can see that the gear reduction on that thing is 18 to 1. So that means I have to turn my ratchet 18 times for the bar to slide the slide out 1 time. So I didn't even turn it probably 4 or 5 times at the most, and that's all it took, and then out she went. So we're set up finally at John Pennekamp. After we got the slide fixed, we finally had a chance to kayak and swim at John Pennekamp. We ended up kayaking through a mangrove forest, which was pretty neat. Then we put out the new snorkels and started playing with them. There's Ladybug in the shallow water at the landing, and here we are a little bit deeper, snorkeling out. The next day we left for Sunshine Key, which was about 3 hours away. Didn't really stop anywhere in between. We just headed straight to the resort. We love when there's a playground Jamie and the girls can play on while I check in. Once we got everything set up, it was nap time, so we decided to drive the 1.5 to 2 hours down to Key West and let the girls nap on the way. This is right out of our campground. There's Bahia Honda State Park, which is a very popular state park and hard to get into, and it's right across the street from us. So we had about an 1.5 hour ride, and here we are getting into Key West. This is about the place the girls started waking up, and we're just a few minutes from downtown. Okay, so the Key West, it's a great place, but it was just absolutely crazy. I mean, people were everywhere. So we decided to go away from downtown a few blocks to find a parking lot. And this is when it got pretty crazy. So we paid $30 for this parking lot. Then we have to pull the bike trailer out of the back of the truck, get it put together, get my bike down, get Jamie's bike down. Oh, I left the key to Jamie's bike lock at the camper. For some reason I locked it. Mine wasn't even locked. I don't even know why I locked it. But I left the key to her bike at the camper. So then what did we do?
And we decided that I would just try to go find a bike to rent. Because Joey already had his and he had the wagon and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, well, he gave me the credit card and I was going to walk and try to go find a bike to rent. We found one on the little maps. Anyway,
it was like 500 feet away or something. It was just right down and,
wasn't far.
And around the curve.
So then he ends up beating me there because I was walking. Well, he got it hooked up in the girls' end and beats me there. And I have the card, so I go to pay for it whenever I get there. And
nope.
Everything's good.
No, that's not what happened. She has the credit card, so I pay for it with our debit card.
Debit card.
It's like $12 or $13. I don't know. It's not a whole lot of money, but the place closes at 5, and this is, or the place might have closed at 4, and this is 3:55. So they were just about to close. Well, it was okay. We had to rent it for a whole 24-hour period anyways, which is only $13, so that wasn't that big of a deal. So we got that squared away, got everybody loaded back up, and we headed downtown to Ron John's to get some sunscreen and some shirts and stuff like that. I asked Jamie for the credit card back, so of course she did not have the credit card. I did not have the credit card. We don't know who has the credit card.
Dropped it.
I think it was in my pocket. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure it was in my pocket. And after I rented the bike and I was riding down the road, my pockets were a little bit loose, and I think it probably just fell right out in my pocket as we were riding to Ron John's.
Yeah. So anyways, we back over under a little shed, or I pay for everything with our debit card. Then we back over under a little shelter and sunscreen up the girls and give them a snack. Get everybody loaded back up in the buggy real fast and take off, headed back towards the same route we came on looking for the credit card. Of course, we don't find it, which is okay. I was able to open up the app and turn the card off, and nobody's used it. I don't know if they tried, but they didn't work anyway, so that was good. So then we set our GPS for the southernmost point, mile marker 0, which was like 1.5 miles away. So we were going, and something was wrong with my bike. I don't know, but I was just drowning. I was dying. So we passed the truck, and I said, let's turn around and load up everything back on the truck and drive to this place. All right. Here we are at the southernmost point.
Y'all to get together so we can clip at least a picture out of it. Here, look
up.
The camera.
Getting our pose.
1, 2, that's Daddy. Up.
Cheese.
1, 2, 3.
We found this little park about a half a block from the southernmost point. It had a pier at the end, so we walked down to the end of it to check out the pier.
Hey, look at that. He's out of the water.
What?
Yeah, I think it's out of the water.
What's in the water?
I think it's not out of the
What? Oh, look at that big chair over there. We can eat there. Who's in the water?
Hey.
Who?
No. Yeah.
What is it? Go show me.
That's called a parasail.
What is that, Annie? A what? Turn around and tell me what it is.
A couch.
Oh, it's a couch.
What did you think it was, Annabelle?
Couch.
She kept saying something. What did you think it was?
Couch. It looks like a bag of cookies.
Okay. Probably. You want to walk out there first?
No.
You hungry? Addie, you want to walk out there? Huh?
Dirty with it.
That is dirty. Come on. Let's go get us a table. Addie, what you doing?
Annabelle, he might attack you.
Where are we going, Lane?
To the truck, I think.
So we just dashed into this little beachside cafe with a pretty nice view, and then we remembered that we only did 30 minutes on the parking meter, so we have to go extend that.
Okay, good. Now we have to walk a long way.
It's not a long ways. There's a truck right there.
Oh, my goodness.
Not very far at all.
Need to see that there.
So the restaurant, we did look at the menu before we walked in, but we looked at the lunch menu and they quit serving lunch about an hour ago. So now we're at $35 a head. But I think we're just gonna split a plate. So the restaurant turned out to be pretty good. What would you think?
That was pretty good.
What would you think?
How was your restaurant with some people? Addie, do you like your food? Addie loved the fish. All the girls love that yellowfin tuna, didn't they? Did you like that yellowfin
The
tuna?
plate we got had, what did it have on?
It had coconut shrimp and conch fritters and yellowfin tuna.
That yellowfin was pretty good stuff. Now we're going to look for the key lime pie and ice cream and see what else we can see. This is pretty much the rest of the Keys trip. We're either on the little beach, in the kayak, or snorkeling. Lainey and I, this is Lainey's first time snorkeling, and man, she did great. This particular time, we forgot to take her life jacket, and she didn't even flinch. She just floated right along. We really wanted to get out to some coral reefs, but we just couldn't make it work out with the time we had left and the weather and all that kind of stuff. So definitely have a trip planned maybe next year to get back down there. Lane will be a little bit older and we'll definitely be able to snorkel in the coral reef. I'd really like to do that. That good? Super good. Laney, I'm not sure what I was recording and what I wasn't recording, but that was very, very good, especially with that life jacket. All right, Ladybug, what did you think about that?
That was pretty cool.
Pretty cool. But a question for you: did you have your life jacket while we were snorkeling?
No.
Do you know how deep you were?
How deep?
A couple of places you were over my head.
Wow.
You were deep, and you were just floating on the water, weren't you?
At one place I couldn't touch.
That's right. A lot of places you couldn't touch. Say bon voyage. All right, Addie, what you think? Air conditioner feels good, doesn't it? Jamie and Lainey and Annabelle are in the kayak. Me and Addie didn't want to kayak, so we came back to the truck. Now we're going to drive around and see what we can see. What is this? Did you lose your paddle or something? Addie, come look at this. Addie. Addie, come look at this. Look.
What is that?
It's a fish. Huh, what is it? Mom? You think you're royalty?
I think we're stopped.
What is it? Who knows?
All right, girls. Here's for nothing. By nothing, I mean no video. Look how wobbly it is. All right, girl.
Just leave it.
Turn the video on for me.
Off?
Yeah.
Tired.
All right, guys. So we're pulling out of Sunshine Key RV Park. We packed up all morning in the rain, which is great because it wasn't hot.
Exit.
Oh, I missed it.
Never mind, that will show.
Anyways, we're leaving the park, and I think everybody had a great time in the Keys.
Everybody had a good time?
Yeah!
Annabelle, what was your favorite time? Favorite thing we did in the Keys?
I wish I could go swimming in the swimming pool.
Again, one more time, you wish you'd go swim in the swimming pool? Lainey, what was yours?
Jumping off of the edge without my life jacket.
Yeah, learning to swim with no life jacket. Adeline, what was your favorite?
Yeah, because I touched the bottom those 2 times. Staying on the edge by myself, but you not holding me.
That's right. Adeline likes for somebody to hold her in the pool even with her life jacket on. But just yesterday or day before, she said she went all by herself.
Run in.
Do this.
Yeah.
Until we meet again. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Please join back next week when we leave Florida. Guess where we're headed to next? Drop a comment below. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share with all your friends. See you next week. Thanks.